Welcome to another edition of Entrepreneurship 101. My name is David Shands, and you can see I'm not here by myself today.
My name is Robert Gould.
Y'all know we teach entrepreneurship. Everything we do is for entrepreneurs. If you want to have a job, that's okay. We're not necessarily talking to you. However, this edition, you might want to listen up. And I know you're thinking that normally I have the board. I've got the board. Okay, the board didn't go anywhere, but we don't really need it. You need it?
No, we don't need the board tonight.
We need the board. Listen, man, let's get straight into it. Interview style, okay? I wanted to know how to build my business credit. First off, introduce yourself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Robert Gould, and I educate people on the importance of having excellent credit. Since credit wasn't taught in elementary, junior high, high school, nowhere, a bunch of people out there have less than perfect credit. And David, guess what perfect credit is today?
What's that?
If you do not have a 750 and above on all three of your credit profiles, you do not have excellent credit.
I had no idea. I thought I was doing all right. I was mid-high sixes. I thought I was doing my thing. I was smelling myself.
That's hovering around a D or F. But because of that, folks, you pay more for everything. More for your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill, more for your car payment, house payment, car insurance. What? Light bill, utilities. Yes, in a lot of states, your credit score determines how much you're going to pay. If you have any questions, you can Google the state you live in just to verify some of this information. In 2006, I looked at my credit score, and David, I had a 486.
Now that's bad. Okay. I still like my little 6. So.
Well, my 486 was a super duper F. Anything below a 620 is an F, but guess what? We're in the same predicament.
Right.
If we're out there using our credit, we're paying more in what's known as interest rates. What interest rates is the money that the finance company is going to charge us to use their money. So the lower your credit score, the more money you got to get back to the banks. The higher your credit score, the more money you can keep. On an average, a family of 4 with 2 cars that don't have excellent credit, we're saving them anywhere from $200 to $1,500 a month. So what that means is the $200 and $1,500 that they're throwing away right now because they have less than perfect credit. By improving your credit profile, you now can go get that money and put back in your pocket.
I love that. So, as an entrepreneur, I don't know if I have any business credit right now. I want to know what the difference is between business credit and personal credit. How do I build my business credit?
Well, folks, they flipped the script. It used to be a time where if you had horrible personal credit, you can go out there and develop business credit. But now that they changed the game, everything starts with your personal credit. If you fix your personal credit, then that's going to allow you to go out there and get business credit. Now, you're going to have people out there that says, well, if you give me this money, we can get you this number. Down in Bradstreet, a certain number. But if you don't believe me, folks, just call the banks and the credit union. They'll tell you everything starts with your personal credit score. So what that means is if you fix your personal credit, then that gives you the key to the what?
The bank.
For your what? Business credit.
Okay. So you can't have terrible personal credit and have amazing business credit.
Not anymore, because it goes together.
Okay. All right. So teach me something I didn't know about credit, period.
Here's what you didn't know. There's 3 entities out there called Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Now, we used to call them bureaus, but they're not bureaus, ladies and gentlemen. David, they're just privately owned companies in business to make money by putting mine, David, and your business in the streets. But in 1970, a law called the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and it went into act in 1971, what it did, it gave us powers. And here's what it basically said. Before anybody, including those 3 entities, before they can put our business in the street, there are certain laws and rules that they have to follow that they don't follow. So just because I have a bankruptcy, a student loan, a foreclosure, it can be true that all that belongs to me, but before these 3 entities can go out there and put their business in the street, they have to verify that information. And the best way to verify it is to contact who? Me, because I actually did it. Now, how can they contact me? Text, smoke signals, Pony Express, but they don't do any of that, folks. So just because they don't do that, now we have the right to go to them and say, look, based on this law that we've been educated it on. You have 30 days, Equifax Training and Experience, to prove to me that you basically followed the law, adhered to my rights. And if they can't prove it, guess what they have to do? They have to remove it. There's no law that says a bankruptcy has to stay on your credit report 7 to 10 years. There's no law that your 30-day late has to be reported. If you don't believe me, I challenge each and every one of you. You go out there and find a law that says a bankruptcy has to stay on your credit report 7 to 10 years. And when you find it, you email me, you show me that law. No such thing, folks, because that's what they said. Now, David, who are they? That's it is. That's it is. That's it is. That's it. So we go around and say that's what they said. Well, who are they? Go verify that information. We can start with Google. Do your due diligence. A bankruptcy can hit your credit report today and get removed the next day. A student loan, a foreclosure, it doesn't matter. Why? Because the law is the law, and the law is called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And you can Google it. It's about 100 pages, 100 different laws, and it's written in that attorney language. You know how that is. But I'm going to summarize it for you. What it says is, for anybody can put my business in the street, they basically have to read me my rights. And if they don't read me my rights, and I have the right to question it to make sure that they followed the instructions, and if they didn't follow the instructions, they got to remove it, which now allows me to get back in the game.
All right, so first off, I need to know what I need to do right now to build great credit.
Well, first of all, here's what you need to do. If you do not have a 750 and above on all three of your credit scores, you need to go to www.united- or dash like the minus sign, credit.org, and you need to click on the Better Business Bureau. Click on the Q&A, click on the process. So that's the first thing you need to do. If you're willing to be coachable, 2 to 6 months, we can get you back in the game as a business owner. Imagine this. 2 to 6 months, you now can take your excellent credit score, and we'll teach you all this, and you go online and you said, Bank America, I want to apply for a Bank American card. Bam, they give you a $10,000 line of credit. And then you go on there and hit American Express, put in your information with your new excellent credit score. They give you a $15,000 line of credit. So now you as a business owner, you got $25,000 worth of available money for you to run your business. But think about this. For just a plain old person, imagine you having $25,000 available cash, where if the hot water heater goes out, if the transmission in the vehicle goes out, or what if you are a female or a male and you just get sick and tired of the one you with and you say, I want to just go take a 3-day vacation? Because we'll teach you how to use those credit cards and never have to pay any interest. So imagine this.
Whoa. You'll teach us how to not pay interest on a credit card?
Oh yeah, you can use a credit card, use $10,000, or you can be like me, use up to $100,000 and pay 0 interest. All about education. We can teach you how to do that.
Yo, the cool thing you told me with the finding the day of the reporting, help me out with that.
A lot of people think just because you get something removed that it's gonna, that's only a little minor part of your credit score. About 90 to 95% of it is you doing these 5 components. Number 1, paying your bill. That's 35% of your score. Number 2, understanding how to use those credit cards. That's 30% of your score. Number 3, having 3 positive trade lines. And we'll teach you how to do that. That's 15% of your score. The last 20%, 10% is what types of credit you have. In the financial world, they're only concerned about secured and unsecured. Meaning if you get their money, David, and you can't pay it back, what do you have of value for them to offset that loss? And then the last one, don't you ever go out there and co-sign for anybody. Maybe your mom. If your mom needs something, you co-sign for your mom. You never, ever, ever co-sign for your wife. Man, never. You just buy her what she wants. So with that being said, those are the 5 components in Google, FICO, and that's the blueprint. But then you have to call any company that you're paying. Here's why, folks. All companies don't report to all 3 credit agencies. Why? Because that's how the credit agencies make their money. They make their money when the banks or credit unions or whoever report to them on how we're paying. But they have to pay them for that. So what a lot of these companies have done, they said, oh, whoa. We can't be reaching into our bottom line and paying all this money. So what they decided to do, some of them report every 6 months. Some report every 3 months. Some report every 2 months. Most report every 1 month. Now remember, that's the only way your credit score can go up. When you make a payment and you pay it on time and that financial company reported to the credit agency, that's the only way your credit score is going to go up. So you need to call them and say, ask them these 3 questions. Number 1, what credit agency do you report to? And you're going to be surprised that They all report to one, and sometimes the customer service department don't even know. So you might have to go to level 2 or level 3. Then secondly, you want to ask them, what day of the month do you report?
Why, Rob?
Because some report on the first, some report on the middle, and some report on the end. Now watch this. Let's say if you're getting ready to go out there and make a major purchase, whether it's a house or a car, and the financial company that you're dealing with, they're going to close or do their deal on the 18th of the month. And when you pay that bill and they report on the end of the month, then you don't want to do business with that person right then and there, because your credit score is not going to be as high as it would be once they reported that good behavior. And that can represent thousands of dollars in the interest rates. So number one, what credit agency they report to. Number two, how often they report. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. And then number three, what time of the month. And now that you got the recipe, you playing the game to win 100% of the time.
All right, Rob. So how do you know all this stuff?
Well, I was in that less than perfect credit before. 2006, I didn't have a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out. Why? Because I wasn't educated about credit. I paid the most for everything. But I finally read the instructions. I went to this company, like I said, www.united-credit.org, and I finally said, you know what? I'm gonna take a shot. And I did exactly what they said, folks. And in 4 months, I was back in the game. I went from a 486 to like a 720. Last time I looked, I was an 811. And that was 10 years ago. And because of that, zero stress when it comes to finances. Because of that, when I go to the mailbox, there ain't no drama. I can get anything that I basically want because I have excellent credit. So everything that I'm telling you, been there, done that.
So how can you help us? I know how you're helping me, but how can you help them though?
Here's how I can help you folks. If you're willing to be coachable, and all you gotta do is read. See if you're willing to do exactly what we tell you to do. $87 a month for the next 2 to 6 months, we can get you back in the game.
How does your credit affect your interest rate? I know it does, but how?
Well, remember folks, the bank's got all the money, and they don't make money with the money just sitting there. So they got all this money, but they don't have quality people. Why? Because it does them no good to loan out money that you don't pay back. It used to, but they changed the law so they can't get us like that anymore. So now they're looking for quality people. So that's what our company does. Instead of getting a 29.99% loan because you got less than perfect credit, with excellent credit, you can get that same loan for like 1.99% on a car. There are people out there paying 29.99%, 19.99%. And what that means, folks, is for every $100 you get from them, if you got 29.99, you're paying them 29.99 back, compounding daily. So it's a little bit more than that 29. But when you get to excellent credit and it's $1.99, then look how much money you get to put back into your family's household.
All right, I had another question. Okay. All right, so look, say I'm in a high interest situation right now.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Can I take it from there? Here's what Big D said. His mama said, David, I'm tired of riding the bus. So whatever mama want, mama get. David go out there and get her a car with a 29.99% interest rate, 6 years. 2 months later, he says, Rob, I want to use your service. He used our service. 3 months from now, we get him in the game. Guess what he can do? He can go back and refinance. He can refinance because when he walk into the bank, they don't know that he had bad credit. Why? Because that's the past. What they're looking at is where you are today. So they're like, yeah, we can refinance that. Now, why would a bank refinance him? Because they want his business. They're looking for him. So when they go to David and they help David out refinancing, and if David need a business loan, guess what he's gonna probably say? Wells Fargo or whomever, SunTrust, they were there when I needed help. 9 times out of 10, he's gonna say, I wanna do business with you.
Say like last month, I got into a bad deal, 29% interest rate. You're saying I go through this program, 2 to 6 months, I can go back, refinance.
With a whole nother financial company.
With a whole nother financial company.
Yes, sir.
So I go to Wells Fargo and say, hey, Wells, I want you to buy me out of this car, or I want to buy another car.
No, just refinance the loan, because remember, let's say you're paying 29 with whomever. Wells Fargo said we'll do the same thing for 4%. So now you keeping what? 25% in your pocket, right? Now Wells Fargo making some what? Money.
Right. So generally, like, what are the stipulations?
Here's the stipulation, folks. you have to be mindful of that original contract, because some of those contracts say you can't refinance early, or there's a penalty for that. So going forward, whenever you out there buying anything, you want to ask them this: can I pay early? Is there any early penalty? If they say no, good job. Well, what if I want to refinance? If they say, okay, good job. Because remember, some of these companies, they're going to lock you in for a year. Why? Because they want that 29.99. So then in a case like that, you get bamboozled.
So if you're in that situation, what are my alternatives? If it does say I can't pay early, there's a penalty, either pay the penalty or what?
Then what you'll do is you'll look at it. Is it more valuable for you to stay in that, or is it more valuable to pay the penalty and get out? So, and we can help you with all of that.
All right, cool. Let's wrap it up, man. So what do they have to do right now to get in touch with you to make it happen?
3 steps before you call me. Because if you call me, I'm going to ask you these questions. Why? Because at the end of the day, you all don't know nothing about me, do you? Not at all. I don't look as good as this good looking brother, but I can be telling you anything. But remember, I don't want you to waste your most valuable commodity that you can't get back. I don't want you to waste your time. And by me not letting you waste your time, then of course I'm not wasting my what? Time. So it's a win-win. So you got to go to step 1, www.united-credit.org. Click on the Better Business Bureau, Q&A in the process. Then go to YouTube, and in the search, you want to type in 60 minutes, the 60 minutes that come on Sunday night, 40 million credit mistakes. So 60 minutes, 40 million credit mistakes, and it's going to validate what we talked about those 3 credit agencies. And then go look at our company website, www.F as in Frank, E as in Edward, S as in Sam, protectionplan.com. So www.fesprotectionplan.com. Check out those 13 different products and services that you'll get for $87 a month during that 2 to 6 months that you in business with us. But Robert, what happens after 6 months if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do? Then that means you're gonna need to do one or 2 things. Quit or pay that $87 till you get out of your way. But remember, no is not an option. Now my phone number is 706-681-1655. When you contact me, you got to let me know that it was because of what you saw David put together. And guess what? You're going to get a little special VIP treatment.
Rob, I appreciate you getting 2 times.
1, 2.
Yo, that was Entrepreneurship 101. I'm telling you, I'm going to bring you guys the most valuable information that I can find. If I find some good information, I'm gonna give it to you, okay? So I feel like it's a responsibility. So let's get this credit right. Here's my thing, Robert. There's a lot of people who have really, really good ideas. They just don't have the money to execute it. And it's not, that they're lazy or anything like that. They just don't know how to get the money.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of people who have made a lot of money and they don't have the great ideas that these people out here have. So you got 1 or 2 things. I believe you can either take your great ideas to someone who has a whole lot of money and y'all make magic, or you can keep 100% of your company and get your own money and put the money with your great ideas and you make magic by yourself and feed your family and, create some good relationships. So
just imagine this, folks. You get this information, you get a key to the bank where you have your own money, then that'll just give you choices. Think about it. You got your own money where you can start your company yourself, or you can go out there in partnership with some like-minded people that also got their own money, and now you can become the perfect storm. But at the end of the day, imagine that's the choice, folks, where you have your own money and you don't have to go out there and number 1, beg, and number 2, have to give away your ideas or sell a part of your company. Now you got a choice to do that. But remember, we don't know what we don't know. Now here's another cool thing. This was done on Black Friday. David, instead of taking money out of your pocket, he said, hey Rob, can you come up to Atlanta, man, and we're gonna do something different on the Black Friday. We're gonna pour into people, so when next Black Friday comes, you'll have a key to the bank.
Oh yeah, and I want to drop this too quickly because there are going to be some people who want to get cars for tax returns.
Yes.
February, March. If we drop this joint fast enough,
yes,
you can help them, especially in that car buying decision.
Well,
right?
Here's what we tell you to do, folks. You know what you've been doing for all the years? Now here's a tool, something different, just to get you to do something different. And the cool part about it now, and David, can I be brutally honest?
Absolutely.
I don't care if you don't do nothing with this information. And here's why. I can't care, folks. My goal is just to put you in front of the correct information and see if you're going to be willing to have the faith with the work to get to where I am right now and where David will soon be. Because David's been at this about a month and he's already seeing the results. And check this out. He didn't want to wait till he got to excellent credit before he shared the gospel. He said, Rob, I need you to come up here on Black Friday so I can put it out there for folks.
All right, y'all, we getting out of here. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Entrepreneurship 101. And I need you to go to sleepisforsuckers.com, get you a hat, get you a shirt. Sleep is for Suckers, the coolest brand in the world. And I wrote a book. It's around here somewhere. Dreams are built overnight. Dreams are built overnight. Go to my website, get the book. I promise you.
I got the book, but I hadn't read it yet because I hadn't got it yet.
Because he came to the kiosk, gave me $20 and left. I was like, yo, where'd you go? Like,
I need my book.
He's like, just bring it to Top Golf. And I was like, all right, cool, I got you. All right, y'all, so listen, we gave y'all the keys, okay? He gave you the keys. I was just holding the keys. I saw he had the keys, so I figured, create an audience like, get these people the keys. Y'all got the keys now. Tell them how to get in touch with you.
www.united-credit.org, and you can call Robert Gould, 706-681-1655, 706-681-1655. But before you call me, follow those 3 steps that David put up there. You got to follow those steps. Here's why. Because 90% of the questions you're going to be on and ask me going to be answered right there. Read the instructions. Read.
Got it. Yo, man, we out of here. Peace.